Hi there, I'm so excited to share this with you because in this video, I want to talk to you about the power of options, the power of having options when you're going to a job, you're going to a meeting, you're in a business deal, you have clients and all. I want to explain to you the power of having options. Let's get straight into it. My name is Boomy Tokan. You know what? I had a client once who was in the entertainment business. Well, it was in the business that supplied services to the entertainment world. And I tell you, he had one client. I remember in the first few months, we invoiced that big client. We invoiced them for like 20,000 or very close to £20,000 the first month. And it was looking like by the end of the first year of trading, he was going to have an organization that was invoicing a minimum of $250,000 every year. And then the next year, it was going to go on to $500,000 and on and on and on. It was predicted to be so. But he had one single client. He had one client. I remember asking him whether he had a contract for supplying the services to that client. He didn't. And I said, okay, we need to do something about that. So I went in and spoke to them. We had meetings. We had several meetings actually. And I said, okay, you need to sign an agreement so that we know exactly what the rates are, what we're doing and all. Because I wanted to get it on paper. Because once they sign a contract, then you can bank on it at least for a bit. Okay? So they refused to sign the contract because they said, oh, the legal department is looking at it. And, went on and on. But they never signed the agreement. And I knew, I was saying to myself, oh my goodness, if these guys pulled the plug, because they had no contract, they could just walk out whenever they felt like it. Not because you were delivering a bad service, but someone else could come along. Or the person you were dealing with no longer has credibility and cannot make decisions anymore, and you are going to be out. And I said to my client, I said, client, listen, you need to get other service users just like this client. You need to get other big clients, because if you don't, the day they walk out, your business is going to be serious trouble. And, he thought about it and he did try. I must admit, he did try, but there was not enough time. And this client pulled the rug one day. He just showed up at work and they said, oh, we no longer need your services. Just like that. Not because he did something wrong, but just like that, they just said, no, we don't need you anymore. We got someone else now. And his business took a nosedive because he only had one client. I remember listening to, Patrick Bet-David's book, and he was talking about one of his clients as well, who had only one major client that he was supplying to. And that client was squeezing him. And in the end, they not only stopped using his services, but when his business was up for sale because he couldn't cope anymore, guess who bought it? That big client ended up buying his business, even though they were the ones responsible for throwing him under the bus. You know what? I'm telling you, it will be your fault if you only have one client. You got to have many clients. The more clients you have, the more options you have. And the more options you have, here's the power now. The more options you have, the more powerful you can negotiate. If you only have one client and you're dependent on that client to pay your rent, you're dependent on that client to be the lifeline, let me tell you something, you are desperate. And when you're desperate, clients can smell desperation. And when they smell desperation, those who are smart, they start squeezing you. And they start squeezing you until you are not happy about the deal. Or you're going to still have to walk away. So you might as well generate options. When you have more options, you're going to feel better to negotiate. If a client says to me, oh, Boomy, yeah, we want to sign up on one of your packages, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out immediately and get other clients because they haven't signed yet. They've just said it, so that I take the pressure off myself. I'm going to be working to get other clients so that they also are going to sign up, because the more clients I have, the better and the stronger I can negotiate. It's a power move that you and I must engage in all the time. I'll tell you something else. If you're going for a job interview, once you line up the first interview, line up other interviews. I'm telling you that. You have one interview, you say, yeah, but Boomy, it's difficult. I know it's difficult, but it's going to give you the power to negotiate as you go along. Listen, I was talking to someone recently, and one major company had just offered her close to 100,000 as a salary, as a starting salary. Guess what? She's out there talking to other major companies, and she starts by telling them straight that, oh, I already have an offer of £100,000 salary. You know what that means? That's telling them, if you're not willing to pay more than that, just forget it. I'm not interested in working for you. You know what? That's powerful. But if you don't have those options, you ain't got no power to negotiate, because it's whatever they give you, you're going to take. Many people go to jobs and hardly negotiate the salary. Okay, I'm going to talk about that actually. I got a course on how to negotiate your salaries, but I'm going to give you some free videos on that. Listen, you got to be strong enough to have other options lined up when you're going to an interview. Otherwise, you're going to look like this. Look at this girl. She's like, oh my goodness, I hope I get this job. Oh, I hope I didn't say the wrong thing. I really hope they like me. You know, you don't need to be like that. You don't need to be like that. You can become, at least you need to try. You need to try. When you have one interview, go get other job interviews. That is the power there, because then you'll be able to negotiate with that person or with those people who are interviewing you. If you're relying on that one job, if that's like a lifeline, you're not going to negotiate that salary. And it will amaze you how many people do not negotiate. I can pretty much say, well, most people I talk to, do not negotiate salaries until I ask them. I'm like, okay, when they told you it was whatever thousands of pounds a year, what did you say? So, oh, I said it was, yeah, I said, oh, didn't you ask for more? No, I didn't, because that's what's written. Forget about what's written. You know, people write salaries down on paper to put you off from asking. But don't be afraid. Just ask. You're not going to lose a job because you asked for a few £1,000s more. You're not going to lose it. If they really want you, you're not going to lose the job because of that. People think, oh, I don't want to ask because I might lose the job. No, if they really want you and you ask for more money, it's going to make them even want you more, because you've just demonstrated right there that you're worth more than what they're thinking about. And okay, I'm being honest with you, you got to ask for more. All right. If you're going into a business deal, like I said earlier, you're going to a business deal, you need to have options. You need to have more clients than you do right now. I remember this. I remember this very well. It was Grant Cardone that said something once, and that just got me. He said, the only reason you're upset with your current clients, the only reason you're complaining about your current clients is because you don't have enough clients. It is not the client's fault, it's your fault. Because if you had more clients, if one client walks away, you're not going to be angry. The only reason why you are angry is because you don't have enough clients. I remember at that point, I didn't have enough clients. I was so upset with Grant Cardone. I was like, who do you think you are, Grant Cardone? But then I had to calm down. I'm like, you know what? He's just telling me the truth. I like Grant Cardone. He always just tells you the truth. It was just telling the truth. It's like, you know what? You're angry with this one client who has walked away because you only have that one client. Because if you had more clients, you would not be angry if somebody was. It's so true. That's how you need to be in business. Do not forget that. This principle of the power of options will not only help you to get more from your business, it will also secure you against failure in business. Because if that single client pulls out, your business is going to nosedive. I'm telling you, I've seen it over and over. Now, we talked about when you're going to get a job, make sure you have other options as well. What if you're going to go to a meeting? If you are in a meeting, always have options. It amazes me how many people go to meetings without even thinking about the meeting. If your boss calls you for a meeting, try and think, what's this meeting about? And even ask, can I find out? What's the agenda? Go through the agenda, learn, and think about what you can contribute. Have some options. Bring something to the table. That's what it means. Bring something to the table. When you bring things to the table, when you bring ideas to the table because you've thought about it before you got there, well, future is going to be bright for you. So, let me recap. Whether you're in business, please do not have a single client. Have more than one client. Have loads of clients. If you have big clients, have many big clients. If you have small clients, have many small clients. In fact, it's better to even mix having big clients and small clients because of cash flow. Okay, might talk about that in another video. If you're going for a job interview, please, please, please line up other job interviews, or at least, try and have an offer of some sort before you go in. Don't be like this at a job interview. If you're going for meetings, make sure you have options. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you've been blessed from watching this video. This is Boomy Tokan here. Do subscribe to my channel and like this video if you like it. And I'll see you soon. God bless you. Bye.